Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on Haunted Mansion, the movie they moved up to replace the Marvels this summer, based on a ride. They tried to do this before with Eddie Murphy. How'd that work out? Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books, links in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 10, available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. Danny DeVito's in it, and so is Owen Wilson. And they're going to fight ghosts with a diverse cast. I don't know the diverse cast. It seems like a very loose movie. You know, one of the reasons Pirates of the Caribbean worked is because Johnny Depp's character was so great. You know, Jack Sparrow was just hilarious, and they built the movie around him, essentially, and there were some other decent characters in it, but they played it mostly straight. This movie, I don't think is going to work. I mean, there's some cool effects in it, I guess, and they tie the ride into it. But ultimately, who cares about the Haunted Mansion? It's such a generic ghost story kind of thing. Here, Owen Wilson threatens the ghost with an axe. Okay, how's that going to work? And these guys don't. I don't know. This actor I've seen before. He doesn't even look like he cares he's in the movie. He really doesn't. He's just kind of there. Like, Owen Wilson is kind of giving a performance. He doesn't. He seems he's kind of sleepwalking too. But Danny DeVito looks like he's acting. Danny DeVito's old school. He's gonna act. The rest of the cast are just kind of there. You know, I kind of don't blame them to some extent. The kid in this looks good though. He looks like he's running and screaming. He's like, ah! That's pretty cool, but I don't know, the whole concept's just boring. You know? When you do a ghost story, it usually helps to have a history behind it. Like an actual history. Not a made-up history for a ride. Right? Maybe if you tied this into some historical figure that actually was around, as opposed to, I don't know, whatever made-up guy you created for the Disney ride. I mean, it's just a ride. It was a board game. I had the Haunted Mansion board game, I think. Or at least played it. And I went on the Haunted Mansion ride. It's okay. It's not the greatest ride in the world, but it was alright, I guess. Like, what's the story here? There's a Haunted Mansion. I know that. That's the name of the movie. What's the story? What the hell is it about? Oh, people in a Haunted Mansion. Oh! That's still not a story. It's like part of Ghostbusters. It's a scene in Ghostbusters. Hey, Venkman, we have to go to the Haunted Mansion. Oh, okay. That was a terrible Dan Aykroyd. Yeah, I mean, no one's bringing much of anything to this. It looks like people are lost. The actress I kind of recognize. What is she from? She's from something. Let's read the write-up. I don't even know how to break this down, quite frankly. Oh, wow, it's a big write-up, though. Look alive, foolish mortals. We're dying for you to view our teaser trailer and poster. And poster? You're promoting the poster like that's something. Oh, I gotta see the poster. For Disney's comically creepy adventure Haunted Mansion, which will appear in theaters on July 28th. This is a summer movie? You're telling me this is a summer movie? Ghost. Okay. People are going to the beach, man. I'm supposed to not go to the beach to see this? Directed by award-winning filmmaker Justin Simien. No idea who that is. The film features all-star ensemble cast including Lakeith Stanfield, Tiffany Haddish. Is that her? That's not Tiffany Haddish, is it? If it is, she really lost some weight. Owen Wilson, Danny DeVito, Rosario Dawson. That's who that is. Oh God, I hardly recognize her. Weird. It's so dark. The entire trailer is very dark. Chase W. Dillon and Dan Levy with Jamie Lee Curtis and Jared Leto as the Hatbox Ghost. Well, you know, if Jared Leto's in it, will he bring some of that Morbius energy to the table? Director Simeon says, well, I got a quote from the director in the write-up. Look, I got to say, compliments to the marketing team for at least including this. Smart move. I wish every movie did this, but this movie looks terrible. Director Simeon says, as a lifelong fan of the Haunted Mansion attraction, I'm beyond excited to share the teaser trailer for our new film adaptation featuring an incredible cast. Our team has worked tirelessly to create scary, funny, and cinematic otherworldly adventure for both new and diehard fans to enjoy. I can't wait for audiences to experience this big screen version of the iconic Disney attraction. Well, I'll say this for you, Mr. Simeon. You have the right attitude, and I appreciate that. Inspired by the classic theme park attraction, Haunted Mansion is about a woman and her son who enlist a motley crew of so-called spiritual experts to help rid her home of supernatural squatters. Weird. That is weird framing. The film's producers are Dan Lin and Jonathan Elrich, with Nick Reynolds and Tom Peltzman serving as executive producers. Who cares? No one cares about producers. The fans don't care about the producers. What they care about is what the hell's in this movie. I mean, you got Rosario Dawson, I guess, and Owen Wilson. I don't know, man. And granted, this is only a teaser trailer, so there'll be more. I assume there'll be more with Jamie Lee Curtis as the ghost and Jared Leto, but that's your big, like, hey, they're in it too moments with the second trailer. I don't like these first and second trailers. I don't like this. I bet that's Jared Leto, the guy with the axe. I mean, like, Scooby-Doo is scarier than this. And more exciting. Because at least the Scooby gang is, like, full of energy, right? They're like, and Shaggy's like, what? Shaggy, oh, Roro. Maybe you needed a dog. I don't know, man. This is just so boring to me. There's nothing here. And so is the premise of the movie they're scamming the mother and son, and they don't believe in ghosts, but they're going to pretend to and do like an exorcism and steal their money. I mean, that's not an awful premise if you can make that work. I guess you could, but I'm not seeing any of the characters in this. And granted, it's only a teaser trailer, but it's a minute 43. That's pretty much a full trailer. Like 2 minutes to me is a full trailer. That's basically a full trailer. And this is the best you can show me on a teaser. To me, like, there's almost no ghost in this. I mean, you catch glimpses of them, but they're not very scary. You know, Rosario Dawson as the mom really isn't doing it for me. Danny DeVito, he's bringing some energy to it. Like, I like Danny DeVito, and but who is he? Guy with a bow tie? Okay. We need some ghosts, I guess, and it's a moment where he throws stuff and it flies around. I mean, it's a Disney movie about ghosts. Who are these guys? Are there like butlers? Here's a scene where they're in a car and the car's being attacked, I guess. I don't know. The whole teaser trailer is just dark. I mean, every scene is just dark as F. I have trouble seeing the cast in it. Is this supposed to be scary? It's not scary. Like, you know, they did this stuff back in the day in Poltergeist, and that was kind of scary. Part of the scares in that was you didn't know where the ghosts were coming from. And they were just, the rules weren't were a bit malleable until the end, and then they reveal the big, the big reveal in the end of that. This just looks boring. Like, it looks like it wouldn't scare a toddler. And that's fine, I guess. It's not really meant to be a scary, scary movie, but even the ghost in Ghostbusters had a little scare in them. Even the jump cuts in this are like, meh. I'll say this though, maybe they finally have laid down the law at Disney, and they're not going to yell at fans for not liking their terrible movies. So good on you, but I still don't like your terrible movies. This looks terrible. Owen Wilson isn't helping. He's just kind of there. Danny DeVito looks like the only one to be acting the movie, and he doesn't have the main role. He can't lift this whole movie by himself. The rest of the cast has got to be into this, man. I mean, Rosario Dawson should scream her lungs out when she sees a ghost. Ah, that would be cool, right? You'd be like seeing that, like, okay, I should be scared. She's scared. I should be scared too. Like, that's kind of the way it works in a movie. You identify with a character, the character's scared, then you kind of get scared too. This just looks about as scary as The Ride, which isn't very scary. So good on you for transferring The Ride to the screen, I guess, but okay, so first act, they move into a mansion that's old and dusty, full of cobwebs and old stuff, and apparently has no lights. And surprise, surprise, it's haunted. I mean, it's called Haunted Mansion. All right, so at first they move in, and I guess we see what life would be like if it wasn't haunted at first. And then the kid sees it, and first the mother doesn't believe him, but then she sees it, and then they're scared. And then second act, they call Owen Wilson and his friends, and they come over, and I guess Danny DeVito's in the mix, and they come over to get rid of the ghost, and they're just normally go to houses and it's no big deal and they just make a bunch of money, but this time there's ghosts. So they go and they do their thing and they're trying to collect their money, but turns out there's real ghosts, and the mother's like, well, the ghosts are still here, you got to do something. And then they try to leave and they get trapped in the house probably, and so, or they get caught up in helping Rosario Dawson because they feel bad for her, or maybe one of them likes her. I don't know if Owen Wilson would be the main guy. It would be the other guy because he's younger, but man, he looks like he's sleepwalking through this. They all kind of do, really, except maybe the kid and Danny DeVito. And then there's more ghosts, and they have to confront the main ghost, and I don't know. They're gonna soft pedal it. The ending, they're not gonna get rid of the ghost because it's the Haunted Mansion ride. So I guess they learn to live with the ghost and maybe get rid of the one very evil ghost, and the other ghosts are fine because they do something. They complete the magical MacGuffin or whatever to placate the evil ghost. I don't know. I'm really struggling to figure out what the hell the thing is, other than a 90-minute commercial to go to the Disney park. And the thing is, like, that's probably a bad strategy too. Look, I understand it worked with Pirates of the Caribbean, but that's a different kind of concept. Pirates were a real thing. They're interesting. Pirate movies were a big deal for a long time. I mean, the whole reason they made Pirates of the Caribbean is because pirate movies were big. The Haunted Mansion, I mean, it's just generic ghost stuff. It was not scary. It's not scary. Eddie Murphy already tried to do this, and the movie kind of just came and went. I don't want to say it bombed, but I think it did. Now they're going to do this again to pull in, I mean, you're going to use the star power of Danny DeVito, Owen Wilson, Jamie Lee Curtis, and Jared Leto. It's kind of not enough. I mean, star power is already on its wane. I like Danny DeVito, but he's not the star. I like Owen Wilson. He is the star, I guess, but Rosario Dawson, I mean, it's not enough. I don't know who you could put in this that we go, oh, I have to see that. I mean, I'm older and most of the stars in my head are older, but maybe a hot comedian. That would have helped. Yeah, okay, hot comedian. Like if you put Kevin Hart in this, if Kevin Hart was the guy who's Owen Wilson's friend, I don't even know the actor's name. Yeah, because he has nice big reactions to things. He'd be running around going, "Oh my God!" Something. Dave Chappelle, sure. I'd have to see it with Dave Chappelle. I'd absolutely have to see it then. Because he's so funny. He would make it funny. That's about it. Maybe Chris Rock. I don't know. Chris Rock's not a really good actor. He's better stand-up than an actor. Who's left? Who's left in comedian-wise? I mean, maybe Louis C.K. They wouldn't give him this movie. Bill Burr. Be funny. Yeah. Ghost. Great. That would be kind of funny. I mean, it needs something. It's just nothing. I don't see anything here. And it's a minute 43 seconds. I don't think I'm selling the movie short by looking at the teaser, like some of you have accused me in other ones. I mean, if it was only a minute, I'd say yeah, but you got a minute 43. That's more than enough time to lay down the story here. And all it is just, oh, people bought a mansion and it's haunted. Oh, no. Meh. And that's it for me, Tony D and Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our More Bass Take. If you can find a More Bass Take, take it. I'll be in Millburn, New Jersey tonight at 6 p.m. at the Book House for my talk on the Jersey Devil. And then this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, for Gator Fest in Tabernacle, New Jersey at One More Bar at 2 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. Gator Fest does start on Friday, but it's going to rain. So I'll be there Saturday and Sunday. Hope to see you there. And we'll see you